Welcome to part 9 of Pokemon Blue, and in this part, we're heading off to the SSN, the thing that we got from Bill 2 parts ago.
Is it 2 parts?
Yeah, it was on part 7, I believe. Yeah, so we're heading off to the SSN, and you need to at least get to the captain to get HM1, which is cut.
If you don't,
It'll be our first HM.
Yeah. And,
to get in the game for you to progress through with this story here.
If you don't get it, you have to restart, right? If you don't get cut.
No, you don't have to restart. You don't get locked out because once you get cut, the SSN leaves.
Yes.
But the thing is, you can't lose it. You can't get rid of it. You can put it on the PC. But here's the thing, you can't go on without cut. But the SSN will not leave until you get cut.
Oh, I thought once you leave without cut, it still leaves.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be a bad program. But no, the SSN won't leave until you get cut into your item inventory. Now, the thing is, like I just said, I am battling all through these trainers, and we won't get through SSN in this part. I am battling every trainer that is available here, but it is not necessary to do here. These battles are quite optional and don't have to go through all of them. You can go straight, if you know where the captain quarter is, you can go straight there, but there is another rival battle that you have to go through. You have to at least have one mandatory fight, and that'll be with your rival to go see the captain that you will fight. But that won't be in this part. I think I only get to the deck here. So we are showing all these fights. It's a good experience fodder for Diglett here that we're going to use for Lieutenant Surge for our next gym because of its weakness. So this is, if you're going to catch a Diglett, this is pretty much the best place to grind levels for.
Or up to the right of the middle.
I think we get there. Yeah, and I think we might fight that before we go fight Lieutenant Surge. I do know I do go through it, but you know that's also optional fights you can go through to go fight. And last part we did go to Diglett's cave for a little bit to go through. Just to catch a Diglett, but I didn't go through all of it completely. I do go through all of it completely because at the end there is a reward for going through it. So, I will go through it, and I will go to that right side past Diglett's cave to fight some trainers there. But that's about it. But I don't think I go through Diglett's cave completely until I get the badge for Lieutenant Surge, I believe. But we'll wait till that part comes. Now, not all trainers are fightable. Some of them are just there just to see and relax.
Yes.
Now, probably saw the dialogue box and whatnot with Misty. Misty, with the badge, Misty, you can now use cut. So that means even though you might get an HM to use, you need a badge to do the move.
Yeah.
Also, so it's
outside of battle.
Outside of battle, yes. Yeah. In Pokemon battles, it can still be taught and used for battles, but if you try to use like cut outside, which means you can't challenge the Gym Leader Surge here until you've defeated Misty. You must need the HM to fight him and the badge from Misty to use it
to get to him.
To get to him, yes. Now, a lot of these trainers in here are sailors and fishermen. They kind of use the same Pokemon with the exception of sailors can also use some fighting types. Mainly Machop, pretty much. But they all use water types, so Pikachu and Diglett kind of does very well here for me. Even though Diglett is weak to water types, with Dig you can actually get some good damage in.
Another thing is we ran into a new one, Tentacle.
Yes, the Zubat of the Sea. A lot of people I've heard call it. And which, to me, I don't remember it being that bad like Zubat until I played this game and realized, oh yeah, it is that bad.
I never had a problem with Tentacles. I know they appear a lot in Generation 3.
Yeah.
Because there's so many waters, but...
It's mainly what you run into. Yeah, but I think at that point, I think I used repels and stuff like that. That's probably why I don't remember it being that bad than I remember it for it. Until I had done this recording and realized how bad, yeah, it was just as bad as Zubats. But I didn't remember. I remember Zubats, yeah, was a big pain, but I didn't remember Tentacles were. And they were
annoying.
Yeah, that's all you can say about it. It's just annoying. It's annoying just so you either can get some free experience, or you just run away and just be a worthless fight. But being my kid, yeah, you're right. But there ain't a whole lot to talk about the SSEN. But
it's a boat.
Yeah, it's a boat. It's a boat full of trainers. That's all I'm doing this part. It's just I'm on a boat fighting trainers and just do a whole lot. You see a lot of Tentacles, a lot of Goldies, and and stuff like that. You just see a lot of the same thing over and over again. So this part can be boring, and like I said, it's optional. You don't have to do it, but I do it just to get some experience for my Pokemon here. Mainly just for Kadabra, Peach, Pikachu, and Diglett, because those probably are the three I'm going to use in this next gym. Charmeleon doesn't do well with waters, as I show my stupidity on Misty on, but can hold its own with electric types if needed to. But can't level up. Fighting with a lot of water Pokemon.
You got another TM.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that was?
I think that might have been Body Slam.
Was it Body Slam?
I'm not sure. I don't really remember anymore. Like I said, if I don't use it, then I kind of don't really remember it. But I do believe that's Body Slam. If not, I think it's Rest, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember what. Because each generation, TMs trade different moves because it adds new moves. But yeah, I'm just watch me grind for about 14 minutes.
Can be boring, but
oh yeah, this is where Pokemon's repetitive. It really kind of does show. Yeah, we mentioned it's the best-selling video game franchises that Nintendo has, maybe except for a few exceptions here and there, but that doesn't mean it's completely perfect or not flawed. And this is where Pokemon's repetitiveness kind of shows its ugly head. But if you manage to get through it and stick to the Pokemon that you have, you'll be alright. Now I do go back and heal up a lot of times, but I edit all that stuff out. That you if you haven't been noticing throughout this entire playthrough, I do edit out complete trips to the Pokemon centers and stuff like that. Another horsey. It's Kadabra once again. But yeah, we're just going through another battle. And what's worse is we still got another good 5 minutes left of the same stuff, and it's not even done yet. So I do apologize if we don't say anything interesting. It's just there's so much you can actually say. That's nothing really new here, other than something that's kind of that shows up.
Well, at least at the end you got something different. You got Rival Battle.
Yeah.
It's different from tentacles and other stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know if we should jump the gun, but I'll probably go ahead and for the sake of argument, that the rival battle is not really too different from the battle that you had by Nugget Bridge. I think a lot of its Pokemon only gained a level, one level each, with some exception. No, I think all of them just grow one level, and the only difference in his team from last time is he still has his Pidgeotto, but I do believe his Squirtle, Rattata, and Abra evolves to Kadabra. Let's see, I ran out of moves. For Dig, that's probably where I went. Go trade off and heal, but yeah, to a Rattata to Raticate, an Abra to Kadabra, and Squirtle to Wartortle, which pretty much does a little defensive boost, but I don't think most of them, with the exception maybe Abra and Raticate, may learn one other move, and that's pretty much about it. Max Potion. That's about it about the fight. I'll probably mention later that Raticate won't stay in this party for long. He will give it up for something else, but that won't be till like another part. Now, if you head down here, we're in the kitchen, and there is no fights here in the kitchen, but there are some items in trash cans that you can get for free, like a grape ball. And now we head up to the deck, which we do a lot of our fights out here, and I think this is where the part finishes. We fight all the enemies that's out here, but they still use the same Pokemon like Machop and Tentacool. Hopefully, here in the next 2 minutes, won't be as bad to finishing up here. But the next part will be a little bit more entertaining. It gives us something different to look and analyze and talk about.
The shops mentioned that Tentacool is part poison.
Yeah, that's why I kind of still stick with Diglett, even though it's at a disadvantage with water types. That poison type is weak to ground types. I am mighty. Yeah, well, we're almost done here with a minute to go. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry we didn't have anything better to talk about. It's just you can only fight the same thing over and over and over again and try to bring something up. But when the game doesn't give you a whole lot to work with, you kind of work whatever you're given and try to get something out of nothing. But yeah, that's about it. I believe this might be the last trainer that we fight here. Yeah, I believe so, because the part's ending kind of close. So with that, I believe we are done with this part, and I promise you we'll have something better to talk about next part in Pokemon Blue. So we'll catch you later.